The high drama in EastEnders has finally seen an end to evil Grey Atkins, Toby Alexander Smith, but Walford isn't just about to get back to normal. It may have taken a very long time to get here, but with all of the build-up, it's only right that we fans get to ride the aftermath with the many characters involved. Grey's evil murders have destroyed many families, not least of all, the Taylors, a family who treated him as one of their own. In the wake of Grey's arrest, blame between Karen, Lorraine Stanley, Mitch, Roger Griffiths, and Keegan, Zach Morris, flies. Mourning the loss of Tina, the Carter family feel lost over what to do, but as thoughts turn to the funeral, Janine Butcher, Charlie Brooks, is on hand to support Mick, Danny Dyer. As for the death of Kush, Martin Fowler, James By, discovers the truth about how his friend really died, and his anger soon hits Chelsea Fox, Zaria Abrahams, in a big way. Of course, she has problems of her own. Mitch destroys Karen with his accusations. It's a whole new wave of grief for parents Mitch and Karen, who already endured the loss of their daughter Chantel and now feel like they're going through it all over again. Karen had seen Grey as another son, and, while Mitch always had his eye on Grey, neither could protect Chantel ultimately. Karen has already accused Mitch of never being there for Chantel, but in a fierce row, he turns the tables on her and says that she should have spotted the signs about Grey before it was too late. With their emotions exploding, they could either tear each other apart or come together united to grieve for their loss as one. Keegan spirals out of control. At one point, Keegan was a protege of Grey, who put up an act of trying to get him on the straight and narrow and helping him build his business. In a way, Keegan idolized Grey, and credited him with getting him onto a new path, so he is broken in the wake of what has been revealed, angry at himself for not being able to save Chantel. And soon, he takes drastic action which leaves the family in a bigger crisis. Martin discovers how Kush died. The death of Kush was an avenue that seemed to have been closed for his loved ones, a tragic accident. But when Whitney explains to Kush's best friend Martin that he was murdered by Grey, he is consumed with horror. That then turns to rage and he lashes out at the person he thought was closest to Grey. Chelsea is terrified as bricks fly through the windows at the B&B. How far is Martin prepared to go? Will Chelsea give up Jordan as she struggles? Her physical nightmare with Grey may be over, but the emotional scars remain as Chelsea attempts to adapt to life with his child. As she struggles to carry on, attitudes from those around her don't help, with Kim questioning how she could have married a murderer. With reminders of Grey everywhere, will Chelsea make a life-changing decision as she attempts to find the right way to rebuild her life? Suki fears for Kairit. Kairit was meant to be on the run, but after he returned to check in on the business, he knew he had no choice but to intervene when he realized that Jordan was in danger from Grey. This led to him being arrested, and Suki's first question in the wake of Grey's incarceration is whether the charges against Kairit should still stand. When she gets bad news, she soon finds herself flinging blame, but a surprise announcement follows. How will Mac and Mia cope? Poor Mac and Mia have witnessed a terrible chain of events over the course of their young lives, first losing their mother and now this. With both of their parents gone and the relatives left in disarray and chaos, can Mac and Mia find their place in the world? Will Chelsea still be there to support them? Can the Taylors shield them from the angst in the family? And where will they go? The Carters plan Tina's funeral. Tina's death has blown the whole family apart, and they weren't doing all that great to begin with, as Linda had recently departed, leaving her and Mick's marriage over. Next week, attention turns to saying a painful and final farewell to Tina, and as the funeral is planned, Shirley and Mick struggle to cope. We also can't ignore the pictures which did the rounds, showing massive drama at the ceremony itself. Linda is there to pay her respects, but, filled with drink, she soon causes more than a scene. Janine reaches out to Mick. Fans have been watching Janine closely. She has not made any secret of the fact that she wants to get her claws into Mick, and she was already the catalyst for those divorce papers. Tina's death has given her the perfect opportunity to play the doting confidant to Mick, and she reaches out to support Mick as he makes important plans for the funeral. Mick bears his soul, but how much will Janine exploit? Tiffany returns and Keegan exits. With Keegan at a lowest ebb following what happened with Gray, there is only one person who can get through to him, his soulmate Tiffany. After she is contacted, she turns up and is concerned to see Keegan blaming himself for not seeing through Gray. Keegan is in self-destruct mode and his family are at their wits' end. But in an emotional exchange, can Tiffany support him, and might that happy ending we all need right now be in reach? Pretty please?